Here on Eurosport 2, we're at the last 16 stage of the Eurocup, and there are now 4 groups of 4. This is a Group J game, and the home side is Benetton Treviso, and they host Unics Kazan from Russia. Well, Benetton had a terrific start to the group stage, winning their first 4 games and looking as though they were heading for easy qualification, but they lost their last 2 to qualifying 2nd position behind Khimki. But no such problems for Unics Kazan. The Russians won all 6 of their group games. I'm Roy Birch, and with me is Mickey Bett. Mickey, the prize for the 2 teams who topped the groups after the last 16 is a place in Turin in April for the final 8 tournament. The other 2 teams in this group are Turk Telekom and Zadar. Is this a tough group or what?
Yeah, exactly so, Roy. And the prize is going to that final 8 in Turin, where you get guaranteed 1 game and maybe another 2 if you win that first one. As you see the starting 5 for both teams, and you know, you think Benetton, we saw them play Khimki a couple of weeks ago. They looked a very poor outfit. At home, they're a different prospect, Roy, and I expect this to be an upbeat game that sees this Treviso team just climbing up the Italian league, getting better and better week by week. And you know what? It's going to be a fascinating encounter.
We're at the Palaverde Arena in Treviso, just down the road from Venice in northeastern Italy. And the team you're looking at there, that's Kazan, at 300 kilometers south of Moscow. And we've already seen one Moscow team win tonight, Dynamo Moscow. They beat Panellinius by 7 points. The Greek team almost stole a road win, but already we've had a few games in this last 16. I'll quickly tell you that Dynamo beat Panellinius by 7. Marusi Kostakofi, they beat Khimki by 13. Big win there. Turk Telekom in this group, they beat Zadar by 7. Hemofarm, they beat Azvamash of the Ukraine 84-74 in overtime. And Red Star Belgrade, the only team to lose at home, they lost by 12 to Palmisia Valencia. Well, one of the best referees in Europe is waiting to start this game. Mr. Brzauskas, the Lithuanian official. We have a Spanish official and a Slovenian official. This is to complete the team of officials. But it's crucial in this 6-game situation. 4 teams in each group, they play each other home and away, so 6 games in all. It's crucial to get underway in the first game. It's Unics Kazan, the visitors here at the Palaverde in Treviso. And the crowd, the Italian crowd, knowing that the finals will be in Turin, so very, very keen on getting an Italian team in those finals.
You're exactly right, Roy. The winner takes the first blood this week, tonight in this group, and getting off to a good start is so important. It favours the home team, of course, but away win tonight for Valencia is so it shows it can be done.
The noise is deafening, even though the stadium is not filled. Both teams struggling at the moment.
Oh, nice little move under the basket there for the Benetton team, but didn't quite get the roll.
Unics Kazan in white, normally playing in green, but it's the home team. It's their choice. They're playing in green. Treviso in green. And Unics Kazan get underway with Dmitry Sokolov.
Yeah, Sokolov ended up with the ball in his hands and finished off the way all big men should finish up, with a little dunk. Not an emphatic one, but that'll do for the starters.
This is good pressure from Unics Kazan, but the response is immediate from Matteo Serragna, the Italian national team player, who ties the scores up. Well,
Serragna's Benetton Treviso through and through. I think it's his 6th season for the club, and that's what he does best, is shoot the ball.
Well, nearly a nice pass inside, but, well, the pass receiver was well defended, so a turnover against the Unics Kazan.
Yeah, poor angle for the pass there from Vladimir Veremenko, the big 6'10", 6'11" player. Didn't really have the best way of looking for that pass.
Well, we saw Benetton Treviso in their last pool game, a pool game that didn't really matter. It was just for 1st and 2nd place, really, against Khimki. And they had problems at guard, to our minds anyway. Bobby Dixon and Dashawn Woods, they shared the point guard responsibility. At the moment, it's Bobby Dixon leading things for Benetton. But Deshaun Wood, well, he's his replacement. Just wonder how effective those two are going to be. And a big rebound there, and a big miss as well. Sandro Nicevic couldn't convert.
Yeah, that was a poor miss from Nicevic. He got the rebound from the Gary Neal shot. That would have been bread and butter to him, that little jump hook. Not good enough. You got to make those.
Five on the shot clock. Or, as you see, sorry, didn't tick down to 5, just 6 seconds on the shot clock, and Unics Kazan in possession, out of bounds.
Well, a few war of words there between Sokolov and Veremenko. Veremenko made the poor pass, the offense before. He almost made a poor pass there. Lucky to get the ball back. And another fadeaway from Chikalkin. Offensive rebound, though, for Kazan. They'll bring it out and run an offense. Nice play from Samolenko.
Well, Dmitry Sokolov, number 24, Unics Kazan, doing a great job inside, picking up the rubbish. And a new shot clock for Unics Kazan. Strange pass there from the point from Chikalkin, but it got there. Oh, that's good play. Very nice play indeed. And no foul, nothing called, but number 7, Phoenix Kazan, that's Igor Zemansky, takes them into a 2-point lead.
That was a wonderful pass from Samolenko. Another player that's been a foul in the back there. Oh, it's an offensive push-up. I think it's number 13 there, Roy. Radoslav Rancic, who played for CZ Nymburk last year.
The Slovakian player Rancic picks up the first foul of the game.
It's a very slow start. The crowd not really making much of an impact. As a home crowd, you'd be very disappointed turn up for a European game, and not much noise.
As we've said, 4 groups of 4, and all the groups are going to be very, very tight indeed. Well, from the corner for Unics Kazan, Sergei Shikalkin, an ex-Benetton player, would you believe?
Well, Shikalkin's had 3 shots from exactly the same point. He obviously took 2 to find his range, and the third one went down.
And it was given as a long 2. 6.5 to go in the first. Very low-scoring situation at the moment. And it stays at 6-2.
Yeah, Sandro Nicevic misses his second little shot of the game. He will take more shots than any Benetton player in that paint. He averages about 12 shots a game. He's 0 for 2 right now, and a foul there on the baseline. I think that's going to go against Kazan.
Another offensive foul. Well, referee's been very hot on moving screens.
Here's Zemansky there. I think we get an action replay of that. He's actually taken out the Benetton defender. I'm not sure who it is. And a few words for the referee for Zemansky.
Again, for people new to basketball, what we're talking about is a screen. It's obstruction, and as long as the obstruction is perfectly still, then it's perfectly legal in basketball. Not so in football or rugby. In basketball, quite legal, and a big part of the game, screens. Taking a defender out the game. Bobby Dixon from the corner misses by a long way, and this is a pretty well, it's lacking in confidence, this start from Benetton Treviso.
It's ice cold from both teams, Roy. It's not the way you'd want to start a game at this level. Last 16 of the Eurocup.
The shot clock is restored to 24 because a defending player kicked the ball.
Well, somewhere along the line, Gary Neal, Roy, and Bobby Dixon need to ignite this team. I mean, they are the 2 Americans. They're the 2 flair players. They have to get going, get moving.
Gary Neal, the number 14 for Benetton. Well, 8-2 with the long fadeaway.
Well, Chikalkin's just taking Gary Neal to the cleaners on that move. Little one dribble in, fade away.
Chikalkin would love to go away from this town in northern Italy with a win, because he used to play for this team. Well, Benetton missed the tap-in as well. I just wonder how long Coach Oktay Mahmuti, the Turkish coach of Benetton Treviso, can wait before he calls a timeout. Because, as you say, Mickey, Benetton Treviso are ice cold.
What a
and they're now 10-2 behind.
And Rancic's got the foul, too. Yeah, Sokolov's got on the throw, and another one down. What a beautiful pass in there. I think Shikalkin's penetrated. Little flip pass off. Rancic's arguing with his teammates. The referee's coming to argue as well.
Well, actually, it's good teamwork from Rancic there. Rancic gets his team together because he doesn't want his coach to have to waste a timeout at such an early stage of the game. If this goes in, they'll be 9 points down.
Well, that was Vladimir Veremenko, 6'10", penetrating. Oh, look at that thing.
One-handed shot. Well,
there
you
you
don't
go.
see that very often from the foul line.
Shut my mouth. That went all the way in, too. I was a bit surprised with that one.
Just imagine the strength of his wrists. Well, in 11-2, Unics Kazan in total control at the moment. Here's Bobby Dixon. It's a double dribble, surely. Surely it's a double dribble. Yep.
Well, he's saying somebody got a hand on the ball. I don't think they did. Maybe a hand on his wrist.
Well, I blinked and I thought, surely he cannot dribble again, and he did.
And why take the risk as well? Why take the risk?
It was knocked out of his hands, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you saw Bobby Dixon asking for the lead official there, the guy under the basket, to make a judgment on it, but he wasn't prepared to, and he shouldn't be prepared to either. Here goes Gary Neal on the break now. Is that going to be called an unsportsmanlike? Not quite a clear path foul. The crowd want one. The crowd are baying for an unsportsmanlike foul. But the referee not convinced that there was no defender there.
Saranya wants it too. He's got a few words for the referee. I hope it's not going to be one of those games where there's a lot of arguing, talking to the refs.
Here we go. Let's have a look. Is that a clear path? Well, I think it is, you know. I think that should be caught. Well, OK, the referee was nearer than us. But many an official would have called that unsportsmanlike, which means 2 shots and possession. Now, if Benetton don't score here, well, luckily they do. So really, the referee got bailed out there.
Well, Judson Wallace straight in the game, replacing, I think it's Nicevic. No, he's replacing Rancic. And an easy 2 for Wallace.
Wallace, the former Princeton University player. Oh, a strong move. Just bodied his man away. And a nice easy 2 there for Veremenko.
Well, they're talking about him being a very big star in Russia, Vladimir Veremenko. But yeah, we're seeing some nice versatility from him today. Having a good start.
The Eurocup website did say that Veremenko is the main man in this Unics Kazan team. And at the moment, he's one of the main men for them. As Bobby Dixon misses a long 3. It's 13-4 to Unics Kazan over the host team, Benetton Treviso.
Well, Veremenko gives a lot of mobility to the 4 spot on this team and really complements Sokolov.
Chikalkin again. Chikalkin, he's having a good game there. Travel called.
Tough play. Get the ball down a bit quicker, young man, and that move will work. Nice little crossover there, Vladimir Veremenko.
Veremenko, the Belarusian national team player. Yeah, there's the timeout that we have been expecting for the last couple of minutes, because it has been a very, very ordinary performance from the team that the crowd on your screen there are supporting. They are desperate to try and get their team back into this game. They trail by 9, 4 points in a long time in the first period, and that is not good offense at all. It's not even good defense either. If you're playing badly, then there's no excuse for playing bad defense. But 13 points, and they've all been pretty easy points for Unics Kazan. As Chikalkin there, the fadeaway hits from the corner.
We've seen Chikalkin play on Eurosport 2 before. I think you remember the one game he played, he took the game into overtime, perhaps in Kazan, or it was a very close game. He came up with a big-time jump shot coming off the bench a couple of years ago.
And what will really hurt this Benetton team is the fact that the man we're talking about, Sergei Chikalkin, a couple of years ago, he played here at Benetton. So 2 players who used to be Benetton Treviso players now playing against the Italian team. So Deshaun Wood comes in for Benetton Treviso, the number 5, the American guard, 23 years of age. And didn't have a particularly good start in our last game that we saw him play against Kimki, but he had a good finish. And they did actually come back to 66 all, having trailed by 16 at one stage. Let's see what kind of an impact the number 5 for Benetton, Deshaun Wood, can have on proceedings now. Well, coming out of the timeout, they still miss from a relatively short range. Sandro Nicevic, his jump shot bounced in and out.
Well, Nicevic is waiting for his first 2 points. He's 0 for right now. I think he's 0 for 3. He needs something, just get his nerves down, get him ready.
That's a blocking, no, offensive foul.
Yeah, the player's not really sure what's going on there. It's Artem Kuziakin called for the offensive foul. He's only just got him in the game. Yeah, lesson for all those new players coming off the bench. Get some blood flowing before you try anything too fancy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mick, I don't want to do the down on the referee, but I think he was very indecisive there. He called the foul, knew something had happened, and then thought about it and thought, OK, all right, I'll call it against the away team.
It might be one of those easy ones to call travel first, perhaps, but...
That's an open shot now, and another open shot is squandered. Andrea Renzi from Benetton. At the moment, Benetton Treviso can't buy a score.
Well, this reminds me of watching them play against Kimki a couple of weeks ago. Very, very poor. This showed no structure, no real strength, and they're struggling.
Remember, Benetton Treviso, the only Italian team left in the last 16. They will be desperate to get to the last 8 because they would have an Italian crowd in their favour. But, well, odds are against them at the moment. A long time to go, though. 32.5 minutes, in fact. And they can redress the balance somehow. Oh, not, I was about to say, nice bounce pass inside. How on earth did that get there? Well, it was blocked anyway.
Yeah, right mess there. Deshaun Woods found himself in the corner 2 pick and rolls later, and the pass just bulleted off Renzi's leg.
Unics Kazan in total control at the moment. Moving the ball around well. It's stopped with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, God. Peremenko was mugged then, and he said, come on, ref, where's the foul? Well, the foul's at the other end. Yes. Sokolov the foul.
Yeah, Peremenko wanted a foul the other end. The problem is with these players, Roy, when you get fouled, you don't call, you've got to get back on defense. You can't argue with the ref. He's not going to change his call.
But they're only human. I mean, Peremenko was mugged then, absolutely mugged. There was nearly blood on it. The referee just looked at him.
Yeah, come on now. You got to play through those fouls. He comes down, Sokolov sits down. That's a foul accorded to him.
And on the line, Matteo Sarania for Benetton Treviso.
It's interesting. This Kazan team is fairly deep. Kresimir Lončar has just come into the game, the Croatian international at number 10 on the far side of the block. He has replaced Sokolov. Very accomplished player himself.
Well, 2 field goals and 1 foul shot at the moment for Benetton Treviso in the best part of, well, just over 8 minutes. Which, to say the very least, is not good shooting. Sarania hits the second as well. So 2 field goals, 2 foul shots, making a total of 6 points for Benetton Treviso, but they still trail by 7.
Well, I think the other thing, Oktay Mahmouti will be happy that in the time that they've struggled to score, Kazan haven't really made too much of an advantage.
Well, I'll be happy. I think he'll be happy to see the score actually moving, but it's moving in the wrong way as far as he's concerned, because number 10, that's Kresimir Lončar, the man you just said has come on. The Croatian nails the fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, and a nice little move too, fadeaway to the left. Nothing but net.
And there's a holding foul. Good foul by Unics Kazan's Artem Kuziakin.
I think that's his second, isn't it, Roy? He picked up the offensive charge, and when he stepped in the game, that's his second foul of the first quarter.
Here we go. Just look,
he gets done with a fake and just leaves his hand there as the Benetton player goes running by.
But because Unics Kazan are in the penalty, it's 2 foul shots to Benetton, and boy, do they need everything they can get from the line. This is Domen Lobek, the Slovenian player, ex-Ljubljana player, not far down the road from Treviso. Just over the border, in fact.
Well, we've seen a lot of basketball, Roy. This looks like a game where the home team starts off very slowly, but by the 3rd and 4th quarter will end up winning. And I'm interested to see this, because I think Benetton are going to get better and better in this game.
Well, put it like this, Mickey, they can't get much worse.
No, very true.
Now, this is better defense from Benetton, forcing the fadeaway shot, but there's a foul.
Renzi's got the foul. Now, it's good defense from Andrea Renzi there, but just the referee took a decision, called it late, and a little bump was all he needed to see.
19-year-old Andrea Renzi, unlucky to get the foul there.
Highly thought of by the Benetton team, this Renzi. Came through the junior ranks, the junior international ranks, and a lot thought of him for the future.
Got a glimpse there of Acho Petrovic, 49-year-old. Coach of Unics Kazan, former assistant coach to Yugoslavia and Serbia. Yugoslavia before the breakup, of course. Well, no problem from the line for Kresimir Lončar.
I see on the bench there is Terrell Lede and Tarek Kirksey. I'm sure they will come in at some stage, unless injury is put paid to their game tonight.
Now, this is terrific defense from Unics Kazan, forcing the ball a long way from the hoop. Well, I'd say forcing the bad shot, but that's a terrific shot from a long, long way out. And the first 3-pointer at last for Benetton Treviso, and now they're back within 6, having not played very well at all.
Yeah, it was Sarania pick and roll, and you're right, Roy, they pushed him out far and far. Another foul call by the referees.
No, Verenko has got a finger in his eye.
He needs to take that out quick. Yeah, you're right, Roy. I just like this Benetton team. They are they come through a tough Italian league. You look at the Russian league in comparison, only 4 or 5 teams maybe compete for it.
Out of bounds to Unics Kazan. The give and go is unsuccessful, but they retain possession. Oh, that's a great hustle, great hustle.
Yeah,
new shot clock.
Wallace there just diving all over the place. You like a player like this that gives up his body, and we saw him play 2 weeks ago, and he is a very, very hardy player.
And he can shoot threes as well. He shot the first one against Kimki, and we thought, no way, is that his distance? But then he nailed 2 from then on. So we to criticize him. Beremenko outside the arc, a long way out. No threat from there, but there is from just inside the arc from a teammate. 19-11. And number 8 for Unics Kazan, Kuziakin. 15 seconds to go in the first period, and it's an 8-point lead for Unics Kazan. Dashon Wood wheeling and dealing outside the arc, a long way outside. Now, is that going to be another 3? There's the pick. Wallace has got to shoot it. Oh, great move on the buzzer. Wonderful move there from Andrea Renzi. From Jensen Wallace's pass.
Absolutely sublime, Roy. You've got to go a long way to find some post play like that. Beautiful. Watch this. And the poetry in motion.
And the beauty of it is, it was right on the buzzer of the first period. Great comeback there from Benetton. They trail by 6. Benetton Treviso 13, Unics Kazan 19. This is the last 16 of the Eurocup. This is a group game. There are 4 teams in each group. Turk Telekom have already won tonight. They beat Zadar 89-82. They're in Group J, as indeed are these 2 teams. And Benetton Treviso have recovered from an awful start. They took an age to get beyond the 4-point mark, but a lovely 2 points on the buzzer of that first period have really restored their morale. It's their possession, and they've edged themselves back into this game. Unics Kazan still lead by 6, but it's now anybody's game.
Yeah, it's going to heat up a bit here because Kazan can sort of smell things going their way. Another foul called there. Gary Neal penetrates. Kuziakin, that's his 3rd foul. That's got to be a slow walk to the bench, I'm sure. He can't quite believe it. He's got his hands up.
Gary Neal spent half a season at Barcelona last year. But, the 24-year-old finds himself now in northeastern Italy. Lovely part of the world, just down the road from Venice. As you rightly say, Mickey, but Kuziakin there, his 3rd foul, still on the floor, though. That shows confidence in his bench. That's just strange. It's just bizarre. I mean, he's come in as like a 6th or 7th man. 3 fouls, and they're still leaving him out there. Deshaun Woods, pretty poor pass from him there, but here's Gary Neal inside and misses, and the rebound, and it's 2 points there for Wallace, Judson Wallace. Well, you got to love the hustle that Wallace brings. Look at 3 Kazan players around him. He comes up with the ball. Tell you what, Mickey, to my mind, Gary Neal got out of jail there because that was an awful shot, but a good rebound from Wallace. And here he's on defense. Oh, nice pass, good hands, good defense, and it's Benetton Treviso possession. Good hands there from Andrea Renzi. Well, they got some good players on the floor right now. Judson Wallace, Andrea Renzi, a lot of energy. Gary Neal, you talk about bad shot down the other end. I thought it was a great shot, but wow, did he finish it poorly. You know, that's a great slashing move to the hoop. Got to finish it. And the crowd all of a sudden find a little voice. Marko Popovic just having a word with the Spanish official. Bit of pressure here from Unics Kazan. We've only got 8 seconds to get that ball over the halfway line. And Benetton took 6. Wallace hands off. Deshaun Wood at the point. The 3-pointer misses, and a big rebound there for Unics Kazan's number 7, Zemansky. Well, I wouldn't worry if I was Gary Neal about the missed shot, because now the defense knows you're going to shoot that 3. And maybe the next time you pump fake and drive to the hoop. Beremenko playing at the point almost. And there he is rebounding. That's great rebounding of the boards there from Beremenko. And the foul against Unics Kazan. Yeah, well, Beremenko saw that the ball was going to bobble on the rim, then everybody else left the floor. He didn't, and he almost got the rebound. Well, it's getting louder and louder here, Roy, because the crowd are really warming to it. It's getting a nice little event going. Yeah, there's another foul against Unics Kazan. Well, and Roy, we talk about versatility of the big man. How about Andrea Renzi there? Dribbles left hand to the corner. Head fake here, watch this. Oh, he's gone. And Loncar drew the foul. Oh, sorry. Suckered for the foul, hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, I think Kresimir Loncar is going to have all his hands full with this young man, Andrea Renzi. Very risky pass on the out of bounds there. Is Gary Neal into the corner. That's a foot on the line. Well, the referees went hand up because, well, I thought his foot was on the line from where we're sitting. Yeah, not a good shot from Wallace there. He can shoot the 3, but that was woefully short. The crowd behind him were almost blowing that one in. Get a bit more legs on it. Gary Neal on defense. Popovic. Now Unics again are struggling now because the defensive intensity has ratcheted up. As I say that, they get an easy layup. Unics Kazan by 6.
Yeah, the problem with keeping a player like that to the sideline and making him go down the middle, you give him too much and he gets a layup.
Oh, that's a very, very hasty shot indeed. That's just not what Benetton needed.
Yeah, very quick shot from Lorbeck. Yeah, you're right, Roy. Although he's probably made a few.
Well, it was
gets free license.
Oh, good hands there. Oh, poor shot again. Veremenko, the rebound. The crowd wanted a foul. Nothing was called. 3-on-1, and the layup is missed.
Wow, comedy of errors. Here we go. Another try.
It's end-to-end stuff. Gary Neal hits the 3. 21 plays 18.
Great play, Gary Neal. That will settle him down. That's his second 3 of the game, and he's found one there.
Well, miss one end, miss the other end, and then Neal nails the 3.
What a good game. We're boiling up here. It really is bubbling up in a fine game.
Oh, well kept alive by Deshaun Wood. Chased the rebound out of bounds, didn't land on the floor, threw it back, and gained possession for his team. Now with a 3, we could have a tie here. Inside, it's a long 2, it's missed. And Unics Kazan just about get the rebound through Marko Popovic.
Well, a nice little offense there. The fake was to one side of the floor, and they got it back to Renzi. Renzi would have loved to have made that one. That was a wide open 2.
Well, in the 5 games that we've seen the results of tonight, there have been no blowouts. So last 16 proving very, very tight indeed. But Unics Kazan now go into a 5-point lead.
Oh, what a good move that was. Number 7 there, Zamansky, started the game, and a sub, sat down for a bit. His first 2 points.
Gary Neal nearly loses the ball, does lose the ball, luckily kicks it to himself. You know, Neal was all over the place then. No offensive foul called, and the 3's nailed! Oh my goodness me, does Renzi like that, and says, you need a timeout, Unics Kazan, because I'm going to nail 3s all night if you leave me there.
Well, Renzi, full of the histrionics, got the emotion, brings it back to the crowd. Look at this 3.
Great pass from Wallace, and look at this, look at the reaction after the 3 goes in. If the director stays with it, he points to the Unics Kazan bench. Gotcha! Lovely reaction there from Andrea Renzi, the 19-year-old Italian. Well, the crowd are a lot happier now because they forced Unics Kazan coach Joe Petrovic to call timeout. 5 minutes 50 to go as we watch some of the action from this second period. Lovely move there from Igor Zamansky. It became a little bit of a comedy of errors.
Where are the girls, Roy? We've seen cheerleaders all night, and all of a sudden we come to here in Italy, no girls at all. Oh, no, we've got the floor cleaners, no girls.
No substitute. Now here's a nice pass there from Deshaun Wood.
I think Deshaun Wood has played well, Roy. You think Bobby Dixon started the game. Deshaun Wood's coming out from this timeout too. He offers so much quickness, so much vitality to this team.
Andrea Renzi forced that timeout to be called by Unics Kazan because the Benetton Treviso man is pumped up, to say the very, very least. As referee Brazauskas there just asks one of our floor supers just to make sure everything is safe. And Chikalkin back in for Unics Kazan. Sergei Chikalkin, number 15, the veteran player for the Kazan team. Vinny Samolenko as well, former Dynamo Moscow player.
I think Coach Petrovic has noticed that a worrying time here for Kazan. They have to knuckle down here, get the starters out there. Try and stop stem the tide of momentum.
Well, Samolenko didn't get an awful lot of court time at Dynamo Moscow. That's why he came here, or went to Kazan rather. That's Chikalkin. Well, Chikalkin there looked at the official as he was shooting.
Yeah, poor shot, really faded away too much. And look at Woods go. He's quick as lightning. Layup.
Oh, the lane opened opened up the change in pace and direction, and we have a tie. Great move from Deshaun Wood.
Well, the timeout didn't prove very positive there for Kazan. They come out and the defense just goes all the way, part of the Red Sea.
Well, I just want to see whose responsibility it is to mark Deshaun Wood. I think it's Samolenko. He just wasn't there.
Well, yeah, you're right. There's a crossover play. As Chikam can get into all sorts of troubles. No, we're in. Look at Hudson Wallace boxing out, Roy. He is a warrior.
The crowd are going bananas. There's the foul. And I tell you what, at least 1,000 people in this crowd grabbed their other arm, their other wrist, and said that's an unsportsmanlike foul, ref. No chance. Here we go. There's the foul. Not going to go to look for a layup.
Yeah, Popovich, you couldn't. I mean, Popovich was in the way. There's no problem. It wasn't anything unsportsmanlike.
No, I think the crowd were being a little bit optimistic there. Here's Deshaun Wood. Had a great influence on the game so far. Can Benetton take the lead for the first time? That goes in. It doesn't. And, well, the rebound went miles out of bounds.
Yeah, Dorman Lorbeck's not been really hitting too much today. I think it's a second, maybe his third long shot from downtown has missed. Maybe a sub for him. Saranya comes in. Lorbeck sits down on cue. Saranya, there you go, 7 points. Not missed a shot yet, Roy. He is the man for the moment.
Unics Kazan with an opportunity to retake the lead. Here's Sergei Shikalkin. Veremenko, such a calm, cool-headed player, number 12 for Unics. Great fake there. And, well, Wallace another rebound.
Well, if Kazan are not careful, they might be 5, 6 points down at half-time.
Remember, Unics Kazan have not lost in the Eurocup this year, and they are now behind. What a pass there from Gary Neal into Andrea Renzi, and Benetton the lead for the first time.
Well, we'll have to find out why the Americans aren't playing for Kazan, because Terrell Liday, Mark Jackson, Kirksey, Ranchik comes back into a team, and the crowd get a little more into it.
Yeah, they have some quality in the form of Americans. Unics Kazan, Mark Jackson in particular, former NBA player, or Olympiacos player. We last saw him here on Eurosport 2 playing for Olympiacos, but not here as yet.
And Sokolov fouled inside. The foul is on Andrea Renzi. He's saying his shirt was held.
Well, what he's saying is, I didn't pull my own shirt, you know, ref.
Not readily, anyway.
Out of bounds, Unics Kazan. Oh, the out of bounds is so easy, but, well, Veremenko there thought he'd stuffed it, but it came out again. Foot violation, new shot.
Right, it takes more time to go up and dunk it, hang on the rim, than it does to put it off the backboard and lay it up normally. He can't believe it. That's a wasted 2 points because he wanted to dunk it.
Yeah, 2 points is 2 points, whether you lay it up or you dunk it, so why not do the simple thing?
Exactly. Sometimes it's there's too much going for you.
Gary Neal, the out of bounds. 3:40 to go in the first half. Neal again from three-point range, and that's his second success from there. And suddenly, Benetton Treviso lead by 5.
Yeah, you cannot give Gary Neal space. I mean, the defense was poor.
Well, you called it, Mickey. It's about time Gary Neal stood up to be counted, and that's exactly what he's doing. And here they go again, Benetton Treviso. So will we see another timeout?
Oh, what a move. Oh.
I think, well, that was off the glass. Off the glass. Well, referee said no, that's perfectly okay.
I don't think the ball was going in. It gone long, so it wasn't really affected.
Well, the reverse layup missed. Here's Veremenko inside. Great footwork, and he misses. Oh, he did everything right except put it in.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was a wonderful move. We saw him from Renzi early on, but what a great move, and he blew it.
Deshaun Wood calls the offense for Benetton. They lead by 5. Remember, it wasn't so very long ago they were trailing by 9. The back door is on. Siobhan Woods in to Gary Neal. Shot clock on 4. Oh, an air ball on 4 seconds on the shot clock. Groan from the crowd.
Roy, you expect one team to be pulling away more and more, and they just let the other team back in.
Well, it was 13-4.
Oh, there you go.
Long
there you
three.
go.
Long three. Gets Unics Kazan back to within 2.
Yeah, Marko Popovich out of nothing. Nobody else touched the ball. Chucked the dribbles over the halfway line and shoots it.
It was all too easy for Unics Kazan in the first period. Now they have to fight for it. And a great rebound from Gary Neal. And the foul, Veremenko, I think. Oh, there's so much pushing and shoving and holding and scratching and biting at it almost. Look at the face again of Andrea Renzi. He can't believe that the foul has been called against him. Well, it hasn't actually. He was anticipating a call there.
I can't see. It's got to be on Sokolov. I can't see why, but it's got to be on Sokolov because Renzi had the ball in his hands. There's timeout here. Wow, it's getting a bit wild.
Yeah, I think Coach Oklay Mamuti has called a timeout just to calm things down. Really, Benetton Treviso could have been about 10 ahead by now. Well, timeout called by Benetton Treviso. Wow, what a game we've got here at the Palo Verde Arena in Treviso. Look at that pass from Gary Neal inside. Lovely pass. And Andrea Renzi, he's made a couple of sweet moves in there. 1 3-pointer and a lovely move there.
Well, we've seen that Kazan defense break down completely about 2 or 3 times, and that's not a good sign for Coach Petrovic. There you see the numbers. Look at Benetton shooting the 6 for 22 inside the arc, Roy. Horrendous, 27%.
But 20% from outside the arc for Unics Kazan, and it's 3-pointers that have brought Benetton back into this game. 4 from 10. Mr. Sean Wood into the corner, and Gary Neal nails his second 3-pointer.
Yeah, Neal's hit 2, Renzi's hit 1. They're
Benetton Treviso coming out of the timeout. They lead Unics Kazan by 2 points. Well, we've seen a lot of emotion on the face of Andrea Renzi, the number 19 for Benetton. We've seen him scowl, we've seen him glancing at the crowd, we've seen him trying to get the crowd up, and then we saw him smiling at the official. Bobby Dixon back in for Benetton. Dixon in for Deshaun Wood. Oh, that's a throw at the basket, that's not a shot.
Yeah, Rancic there didn't really get hold of it. I think Rancic suffered from those early fouls. Now he's trying to get warm again, trying to get his game going. Top score at the weekend against Avellino, though, so you know, highly thought of still.
1:44 to go in the first half. Chikalkin travel. No, it's an offensive foul. Off the ball, offensive foul called.
Yeah,
I think Sokolov.
I think it is Sokolov, Roy, and he's walking away. He's waving off the referee. He's a bit disgusted. Things not really going Kazan's way. And remember, I said, Roy, the first quarter when they led so easily, it was a game that Benetton just had to stick with a bit, apply a bit more intensity.
Yeah, Unics Kazan have got a couple of things in their mind now. One of those things is the referees arguing with them and trying to buy a couple of calls. Again, a poor shot from Benetton. They're throwing the ball at the basket instead of shooting a nice, sweet shot.
Yeah, didn't really get the roll, did it? It was almost tipped into. They do go after the offensive ring. Gary Neal, the foul, I think.
Oh, I thought it was going to be called another offensive foul against Sokolov, but this time it's a defensive foul against Gary Neal.
Well, was it Neal or Rancic? Because Rancic got upset with the referee. Let's have a look. Well, it's got to be Gary Neal, yeah, pushing off there. Look at Rancic's reaction. You don't get to see it.
First foul against Gary Neal and second against the team. And what he's saying is, well, I couldn't get around the screen ref because it was moving. But Brazauskas, he's seen it all before. The best officials in the world. The Lithuanian. Oh, nice pass inside. There's a holding foul, yeah. Right in front of the referee. And easy call.
I think it's time to sit Renzi down. He's a little tired out there. He's had a good run. Now he's coming straight to the bench. Should be a coach, Roy. Oh, 3 fouls. That's an easy call for the coach there. Yeah, good job. Mamuti shakes his hand. Into the game's come Nicevic, who I don't think has scored yet.
No, Nicevic 0 from 3.
No, 0 for 4. I've got another one for him, yeah.
He's got to prove something. Chikalkin hits the long 2. We have a tie at 28 going into the last minute of the first half.
Well, the sight of Renzi going to the bench has inspired Kazan as Chikalkin makes another jump shot.
Bobby Dixon under all kinds of pressure from Petrovic. Or Popovic, rather. Popovic is around here. Nice backdoor, and Bobby Dixon the layup and the rebound.
Great follow. Now, Rancic was coming in. Dixon could have laid it off to him, but, you know, Dixon went up. Great follow from Rancic there. You've got to love his hustle. I thought he played a great season last year with the Nürnberg team.
34 seconds remaining in the first half. Benetton Treviso lead Unics Kazan by 2. Last 16 of the Eurocup. And we have a tie with the layup from Marko Popovic. 30 plays 30. Timeout called by Oklay Mamuti, the Turkish coach of Benetton Treviso. 30 each in this last 16 game in the Eurocup.
Well, it's heating up. You know, Kazan have been pegged back. They got the early start. You know, Popovic has played very, very well. Marko Popovic, the young Croatian, at 1.85 m, which is a spot over 6 foot.
I just wonder, Mickey, whether opposing coaches will say, well, Bobby Dixon, he's only 178, bit of a mismatch there, and that's exactly what happened there, and he was caught out on defense. Just missed a layup and then gave up 2 easy points on a layup at the other end.
Well, don't forget that was how Kimki really outmaneuvered Benetton 2 weeks ago by putting Milt Palacio, some big guards up against Dixon and Woods, and there was no answer for them. So they are undersized at guard, the point guard position. But you know, Woods has played very well. I don't think Dixon's going to play too many minutes the second half. He may start, but Woods, it all is the big key for this. Having a great game. It looks like, you know, a very good second half too.
Remember, this is with Gary Neal at 193, just on the bench momentarily for Benetton Treviso. It's tied up at 30s. Very, very late indeed in the first half.
Well, leaders for Kazan is Popovic with the 7 points. That's a good performance coming off the bench. For Benetton, Roy, we've got Saranya on 7 and Andrea Renzi on 7 too.
Coming out of that timeout now, and it's Benetton Treviso with possession. Saranya there, the Italian national team player, and here's Bobby Dixon, the American. And there is a differential of about 3 seconds between game and shot clock. So really, if Benetton are smart, then Unics Kazan will have very, very little time to get the last shot of the half away. Will they run the clock all the way down? Here's Gary Neal. Under 10, Neal goes inside and shoots a floater, which doesn't get the drop, but they get the rebound and the foul.
Roy, I was about to say there's no offensive rebounds because nobody went crashing in, but he got 2 touches on the rim, enough for Rancic to get in there and grab that board.
3.58 seconds remaining, and Veremenko the foul. And on the line for Benetton Treviso, Radoslav Rantic, the Slovakian player. Remember, it's 30 plays 30. Very low-scoring first half. Out of the 5 games that we've reported on, the scores on in the Eurocup tonight, 4 have been home wins, and the only away winner, Valencia, at Red Star Belgrade. And, well, this game could go either way. The official just checking whether a substitution has been requested. The provisional substitution, was it requested before the shot?
Well, they've kept him away too. 1 shot to go, and not going to let him come in the game.
Yeah, the official's just trying to sort that. Yeah, 2 shots to come. Yeah, because someone, I think what they're saying is someone walked across the lane as the foul shot was taking. No, 1 shot.
Yeah, he missed the first 2, so he's going to have to make this one. He missed that one too, Rancic.
There's a foul. No, he's out of bounds. Well, the referee's saying that's it, half-time. I've had enough. No, still 1 second.
Well, that's a poor turnover from Kazan there. Get boxed into that corner. The ball goes back to Treviso.
Well, let's cast our mind back to Delfino for Kimki. He scored from in front of the table against Treviso a couple of weeks ago. There were 2.6 seconds remaining then. Let's see whether Treviso have learned from that. They've got the ball in almost identical position. The back door is, that's a terrible pass. And that's it at half-time. 30 plays 30, half-time in this last 16 game here at the Palo Verde Arena in Treviso. Well, this could go either way. And remember that there are only 6 games in each group now, so it's crucial to get underway, get a win underway first thing. Benetton Treviso against Unics.
Tied up, Roy. You can't ask for any more. You know, Treviso got off to a very slow start. Kazan were pegged back, and then all of a sudden it was Treviso, that middle cup. Deshaun Woods is really the key to this team in the second half.
Deshaun Woods, and I would add Gary Neal to that as well. And of course, Andrea Renzi, he's come off the bench and played a blinder so far. But Unics Kazan, the visiting team, still in it. It's anybody's game. 30 plays 30 at halftime. Benetton against Unics. Well, I hope I'm not putting the curse of death on this game, but the Benetton Treviso Unics Kazan game, which is currently tied at 30 each, has overtime written all over it. Remember, this is the last 16 of the Eurocup. There are 4 groups of 4, and the teams that come out first and second in the group at the end of 6 games, they go through to the final 8 tournament in Turin in April. And we, of course, and Eurosport 2 will be there. So Benetton Treviso, they're first out on the floor at the start of the second half. They're in green. They're visitors. They're entertaining the Russian side from Unics Kazan. It's 30 playing 30. And there we see Coach Mahmouti of Treviso having a little word with the official. It was mayhem in the last 4 or 5 seconds of that first half. No one knew what had been called. No one knew whether a substitution was going to be allowed. No one knew whose possession it was. In the end, it didn't affect the score. But 30 plays 30 in a low-scoring game. This game has overtime, wire, call it what you want, written all over you. What do you reckon, Mickey Betts?
You've just given it the kiss of death, I think, Roy.
Probably be a 30-point blowout.
Well, interesting enough, Dorman Lorbeck starts the second half for Treviso. I don't think he played very well the first half. Nicevic has not scored. Lorbeck too. I think Saranya needs to be out there. Renzi maybe will come in very, very quickly, depending on how Nicevic plays.
I think they need Deshaun Wood and Gary Neal out there on the floor together.
Yeah, they've got Bobby Dixon at the point right now. So, interesting 5 minutes here coming up in the second half. We are looking for a winner out of this group.
Veremenko, number 12 for Unics Kazan. Chikalkin, 15 for Unics. Well, Veremenko came off a screen there and clutched his right thigh for a second or so along the baseline. Here's Veremenko inside for 2. Nice strong layup from Veremenko, and a quick glance at the official. No foul called.
Well, he wasn't expecting the pass, but he ended up, and he could have guaranteed somebody was going to jump on his back. But nice little layup from Vladimir Veremenko.
Remember, Benetton Treviso came back from trailing by 4 to 13 to lead by 5 at one stage. Pretty awful pass there along the baseline, but we're tied again at 32s.
Yeah, Sandro Nicevic there gets his first 2 points of the game, and remember, he's averaging about 12 shots a game, the highest shooter in this team for Benetton inside the arc.
Well, if, like all good shooters, Nicevic, if you miss, then keep shooting, it will come eventually. Well, Unics Kazan there, just the number 7 for Unics there, Zemansky just throws an opponent to the floor. Actually, Sokolov,
yeah,
that's his third foul.
That is his third foul indeed, Roy, and that's not a good foul because that's a good post-up move, but a little too hard there for Sandro Nicevic.
Yeah, you've got to be aggressive in the low post, but not that aggressive. Gary Neal on the turnaround, misses the 2. And Unics chased the rebound down.
Well, Gary Neal looks like he should be a shooter because he takes a lot of shots, but he never seems to really get on fire.
Good defense there from Treviso, recognizing that Chikalkin wanted to go to the hoop, and the help defense was there. Gary Neal as well, the help defense. Veremenko loses the ball, and the 3 points. It's a 3-point lead now for Unics Kazan.
Yeah, Roy, the breakdown was with Gary Neal. He really went after a steal, got out of position, and he reversed it. And it was Zemansky with the open jump shot.
Well, the crowd need to get behind Benetton here at the Palo Verde Arena. Oh, nice 2. Gary Neal misses the 2. It's Bobby Dixon, sorry. Oh, the reverse layup again. That's the 3rd reverse layup that Benetton Treviso have missed.
What if your coaches, Mahmouti was looking for an excuse to get Woods on the in the floor? That might be it. That little missed layup there from Dixon. Oh, cheerleader pass. That's gone way over the top there, and yep, he's looking at Kamansky.
Well, if there were cheerleaders here, they would have caught that one easily. One thing missing, the entertainment between the periods and at the timeouts. Nicevic with Bobby Dixon. In and out, and this time it stays in. Nixon needed those 2.
Yeah, I think he's missing a layup previous offense. Look at his scowl in his face. He just needed that 3 to settle him down a bit.
35 plays 35, 7.5 to go in the 3rd.
Roy, Mahmouti's got his team playing hard defense.
Oh, that's a travel from Veremenko. Both feet went, nothing called.
Very close,
Chikalkin.
didn't it?
Chikalkin on the fadeaway, and the rebound is grabbed. And here goes Bobby Dixon again. Will we get a foul? No, we won't get a point either.
Oh, tough play from Neal. Neal followed it in.
Who's the foul on? It's against Bobby Dixon.
Yeah, I think Gary Neal's unlucky there. He followed his teammate Dixon in for the missed layup. Just didn't get that tip throw. Look at this. There's the foul. Oh, yeah, Dixon's taken out. Oh, no, well, maybe not. Sokolov's risking it's Veremenko risking a foul there as he threw back Dixon.
Well, Dixon can't buy a layup at the moment. He's hit 1-3, and look at the grimace on his face. He's an angry young man. 25 years of age and extremely irritated. Veremenko inside, nice pass. Well, nice pass, well read there by Gary Neal.
I think Sokolov just dropped it, went through his hands.
Neil inside for the floating layup.
Oh, make one.
Poor shot indeed.
The whole house wants him to get off tonight, Gary Neal. Have a good game.
Chikalkin for Kazan. 6.5 to go in the third. Chikalkin tied up. Veremenko looking to go inside travel.
Well, that's the second time, Roy, that Vladimir Veremenko's got the ball high post. He's moved his pivot foot before getting the ball down quick, and he's got to learn from that. You've got to have to adapt to these referees.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't called the first time, so he tried it twice and didn't get away with it twice.
Yeah, I think he got one in the first half like that, didn't he? But you're right, the first time in this half, yeah, it was a travel not called. The referee had it in his mind, next time I'm going to get you.
Bobby Dixon calls the offense for Treviso. We are tied at 35s. Yeah, foul, defensive foul.
Yeah, Kazan's struggling right now. They are struggling inside the paint. Judson Wallace there, a little spin move. We've seen it before, and yeah, look at that little nod of approval, confidence just oozing out of Judson Wallace.
Well, Veremenko was very, very vocal to the official about 5 seconds ago, and then he got a foul called. I wonder whether the two are closely related, as Benetton go 2 points into the lead with Nisevic.
Yeah, Kazan have got a few problems right now. The defensive breakdowns are too evident to see.
Dixon trying to fight his way through the picks. Veremenko to Chikalkin, or not. Here's Chikalkin. Veremenko looking to pass all the time inside. Sokolov, the turnaround, nice hook shot. We're tied again at 37s.
Wonderful ball movement there. It was Veremenko to Sokolov. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
Interesting that Veremenko plays the point almost. One of the biggest men on the Unics Kazan team, and content to play the point, the passing game. Dixon, the floating shot, misses again. Again, Dixon cannot get a layup, but he gets a loose ball.
Yeah, it's Judson Wallace chasing down the rebound on the far side. You got to love this guy. He really gives a lot of effort to this team.
Well, you cannot fault Bobby Dixon for his effort, but you can fault him for his layups, because he hasn't hit one yet. There's the left-handed layup, which is good, and that's Judson Wallace.
Well, he's just showing the guards, Dixon and Neal, how to do it. What a beautiful lefty hook.
Benetton by 2. Just over 5 to go in the third.
Let me show you something else in my armory. Nice play.
Veremenko to Chikalkin. Zemansky inside. No foul, nothing called. The rebound by Veremenko.
Well, they're so big, the Russians. Veremenko and that man there, Sokolov, a 6'10 plus build, bordered on 7 foot for Sokolov. They get in there, they get mixed around, and they get some rebounds.
So yeah, Sokolov 2.14 meters, which to my mind is more than bordering on 7 foot. It's about 7'1½", I think, if I convert my imperial. And Coach Ako Petrovic there just glancing up at the score, and needn't have done that, because this is going to be very tight. It's always going to be tight, I think. There's the three-pointer, which misses, and Benetton get the rebound. Gary Neal inside, outside, Dixon again. Oh, Dixon off someone's foot. Now, was that a deliberate kick?
I don't think so, Roy. It was a tough pass, bounce pass down on the feet. Well, the problem for Benetton, they don't want to hit the outside jump shots. Everything's penetration, the defense knows it, so they just slack off a bit and wait for that penetration to come.
Yeah, good to remember is if you hit a couple of outside shots, then that takes the defense out, and that opens up the paint.
Yeah, you've got to hit sometime in the game. Bring the defense out, yeah.
Here's Gary Neal.
Oh, he's stuck in this corner. Oh, my word. Almost a turnover there.
4.5 to go in the third. Bobby Dixon for Benetton, using Nisevic as a pick. He thinks, he hopes. Dixon inside again. That's a poor pass. Awful pass there from Dixon.
And Deshaun Woods will not be long coming into this game, I'm sure. Here he is.
Yep. Good defense again from Treviso. Chikalkin into the post. Sokolov. Oh, that's great defense from Wallace. Terrific defense. Sorry, it was Nisevic. And Sokolov fouled him.
And that is his 4th foul. And what I mean, you talk about a silly foul. That was it right there. You get your shot blocked, the crowd goes crazy, big cheer, and then you go and do this. Bang, easy call for the refs.
Now, what on earth was Sokolov complaining about? That was the cleanest block as you'll see in a long time. Great hands there from Sandro Nisevic. And Sokolov, well,
that could be a turning point in this game. Woods in the game, and he will want to penetrate. He is lightning quick.
Yeah, I like this guy, Deshaun Wood, number 5 for Treviso. I don't like Bobby Dixon, but he's got no inside game at all. Woods into the post. Great pass from Gary Neal, into Gary Neal. And Gary Neal misses.
He cannot believe it. Gary Neal cannot believe it. That would have every game. Mamouti can't believe it. Look at that. Important. That's how important points are in this game.
Oh, what's the old saying? Someone's put clean film over the rim.
Yeah. It's well, you get 2 free throws now. He's got to make them pay. He's got to make these.
Benetton Treviso. They won 4 of their 6 games in the group stage. Unics Kazan. They won all 6 of theirs.
And what does Gary Neal go and do? He misses a free throw. So not a good situation for him.
3.5 to go, plus a couple of seconds in the 3rd period. And Benetton lead by 1 in a very, very low-scoring game as yet. The crowd to try and get some confidence in their heroes, the players of Benetton Treviso. Chikalkin way outside the arc. Sokolov on the bench. Seven Zemansky. 4 on the shot clock. Chikalkin goes inside. Oh, great hands. There's the shot clock buzzer. Yeah, great defense from Benetton Treviso. And the Unics Kazan players are protesting that they lost the ball, but they didn't.
Yeah, Mamouti was so animated. I love Mamouti. He brings a lot of enthusiasm on the bench. A lot of actions. Very arm-orientated his coaching. Watch him now. He's going to go crazy on the back screen.
Just watch to see whether Unics Kazan lose the ball. Did they lose it there? Did Treviso get possession? Then the answer is no. So good call from the officials and the table officials. Gary Neal inside. Nisevic hits the 2. It's a lead of 3 now for Benetton Treviso with under 3 to go in the 3rd.
Sandro Nisevic, that's his 6th point of the quarter, 6th point of the game. He's having a good little quarter here. Didn't do much the first half.
Chikalkin into the post. Good 2v2 player from Unics Kazan, and the floating shot is in, and it's a 1-point game. And that's Lonchar.
Took 3 looks at it before he really wanted the post move he was after.
Sean Wood to Gary Neal. Gary Neal penetrates and finds the open man, who hits the reverse layup at last. It's a 3-point lead for Benetton. Wallace, he can do the reverse layup, even if Bobby Dixon can't.
Gary Neal went up in the air, got very, very lucky that Wallace was wide open, because I think if he hadn't been there, it might have been a travel.
Number 4 out of the 5 games played so far have been home team wins, and Benetton Treviso would love to be the 5th. There's the 3-pointer, which ties the scores. Zemansky.
Well, he's down on the floor too, and his man's almost going to score if he's not careful. Great play from Zemansky. Really, the offense has slowed down. Stood back and took it.
From the stage where Unics Kazan led 13-4, Benetton have battled their way back into the game. There's been nothing between the teams. Deshaun Wood from 3-point range misses, and the rebound is grabbed by Benetton. It's Wallace with the left-handed hook shot. It's Benetton by 2. What a game we've got here at the Palaverde Arena in Treviso.
And we've seen that before, Roy, haven't we? Seen that little left hand. There's a technical foul.
We've got a tech against Popovic.
And that little left-hand hook, we've seen it before in this quarter. Well, Wallace is really part of the all-action team for Treviso. Look at this, little lean as well, lefty.
Popovic was trying to referee the game. Then he said, hey, ref, that's a travel. And the ref said, no, it isn't, it's a tech. So, because Unics Kazan had possession there, that's a bad tech, because they've lost possession now. Well, actually, it was a warning. I can't believe that. Yeah. The referee definitely signaled tech. We saw it coming from our side of the table.
Some
and nothing
good refereeing,
given.
Roy. Good refereeing. Warn the player first. Nice. Popovic going in, look.
Well, there's a holding foul against Wallace. Good foul.
Well, no quarter given right now, because both teams are going at it. Lonchar going in there for rebounds, and it's the foul is on Wallace. Look at Lonchar going after that. Wallace gets caught out. There's the foul there, yeah.
2 Unics Kazan players surrounded by 4 Benetton Treviso players. That's the commitment of these players here at the Palaverde, northeastern Italy. Benetton by 2. And it's still Benetton by 2. And here they go on the break. Deshaun Wood, the hesitation inside. What a move! And they misses another missed layup. Goaltending given. Yeah.
Veraminko's just got the ball on the rim. He's not quite timed it well enough. They're going to have a look at it now. They're going to wave it off, are they?
Hang on, the officials consulting the table. Let's have a look.
What a move. Look at it. Just
great hesitation off the glass. That's tending. That's goaltending. That was in the cylinder. That's got to be goaltending. Now, the referees have not got the benefit of a video replay that we've got.
Count it.
Veremenko is looking. He knows. He knows.
Jump ball.
What?
No.
What? Well, I tell you what, if none of the officials are convinced, then I suppose that's the right call. You can't blame them. They have not got a video replay. We can tell them they're wrong, but we're not refereeing this, and we can't tell them till after the game. 2 points, the lead for Benetton, but they keep possession because of that jump ball situation. Great bounce pass inside. Nicevic is fouled, and 2 and 1. I suppose justice has been done.
Well, big make-up call. I think you're right, Roy, but what a pass. And, you know, Sandro Nicevic catches this pass like a bullet bounce pass. Look at this thing go. Sarania throws it down there.
Well, you don't often see one-handed passes as good as that. I don't recommend one-handed passes, but I tell you what, on this occasion, that was sublime.
Well, Roy, it went from right to left too. Nicevic went up right-handed and transferred. Oh, we got timeout in the game.
Petrovic, coach to Unics Kazan, called timeout because, well, at the moment, it's all going against him. And the crowd know it, and they're trying to encourage their favourites at the Palaverde Arena. It's Benetton Treviso's home court.
Well, what a great game. I mean, you've a fine advert for some Eurocup basketball here. I said before, no quarter given. Nobody is given an inch of this game. They want that win so badly.
Well, there's the man who provides the money for this Benetton Treviso team. One of the longest sponsorships in world sport. We understand that the Benetton family bought the Treviso club rather back in 1982, so 26 years the Benetton sponsorship has been here in Treviso. What a great job they've done.
That's phenomenal, really. I mean, exactly right. How can you compare that? You think about basketball sponsors in and out each year, but to have that long a sponsor for so long is incredible. Deshaun
Wood goes back in. Look at that pass. The pass from Gary Neal into Nicevic, into Wallace rather. A lovely 2 points. Hard worker. What a hard worker this man, Judson Wallace is. Former Princeton player.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was about to say earlier on, Roy, he's one of the most intelligent players in your team, going to Princeton too. Very, very hard. Well, heart and soul, this team.
And he's on the line, or rather, Nicevic, Sandro Nicevic is on the line. 2 meters 10, the Croatian. Played for Besiktas in Turkey last year, and he doesn't complete the three-point play, and Wallace almost gets the rebound. It's a 4-point Benetton lead with 1 minute less, or just less than a minute to go in the third period. The last 16 of the Eurocup. Benetton lead by 4, the home team. Unics Kazan struggling, 7 on the shot clock. Nice pass inside, and Unics get the drop through number 18, Evgeny Voronov.
Well, that was all very rushed, and Voronov could well have done with a pump fake perhaps to get the defense up, but took the option of going up against the defense.
The shot clock and game clock are almost synchronized. At the end of the third period, Benetton by 2, and they do not want Unics Kazan to have their hands on the ball again. Sarania over the top, poor pass. And there are 4 seconds. The long shot should come. No foul. There's the long shot, and it misses. So Benetton Treviso lead Unics Kazan by 2 at the end of the third. What a cracking game we've got.
Almost got it to drop there, Roy. It is a fascinating game. 10 minutes to go, and the game up for grabs.
48 plays 46. Benetton Treviso lead Unics Kazan by 2. And as we said at the start of this third period, there's a great possibility of overtime here at the Palaverde Arena in Treviso. Here at the Palaverde Arena in Treviso, it's the last 16 of the Eurocup. First period ended with Treviso trailing 13-19. At halftime, it was 30 each. And at the end of the third period, the home team, Benetton Treviso, have a narrow lead, 48-46 over Unics Kazan. There's Justin Wallace, Princeton man from Benetton Treviso. They're first out on the floor, and because there was a jump ball held or called in that third period, then it is Unics Kazan with first possession of this third period, or this fourth period rather. 10 minutes to go, unless of course we have overtime. Remember, you cannot have a tie at the end of 40 minutes in basketball. The scores are level, and we play overtime periods until the tie is broken. 18 for Unics Kazan, has already scored 2. That's Voronov goes inside, and the 3 takes Unics Kazan into a 1-point lead. Marko Popovic.
Well, take your hat off to Voronov, just come in the game late third quarter, got a 2-pointer, and then made that great pass, the kick from the penetration.
Good passing here from Benetton. Wallace goes inside, misses the hook, gets his own rebound, is fouled unceremoniously.
Voronov, is it? No, Zukienko, number 23. So there's a few subs going in the game because they got foul troubles. Sokolov has 4. Firmenko has foul trouble.
Yeah, there's been no word tonight on the whereabouts of Terrell Lyday, Tariq Kirksey or Mark Jackson. 3 very, very important, influential players for Unics Kazan. 3 Americans missing. Well, 2 Americans and a French-American. Oh, Judson Wallace there misses from the line, which would have tied the scores. Take your time, young man. And he misses the second as well. So 2 bad misses there from the man we were really rating, Judson Wallace.
Yeah, free throws will be the killer if you don't make them, especially at home. You've got to concentrate.
45% from the line. That's what Treviso is hitting. And, well, if they lose this, then they'll look at those foul shots and they'll look at those easy passes inside. Sandro Nicevic takes Unics Kazan into a 3-point lead.
Oh, Roy, what a pass there from Popovic, from one Croatian to another Croatian, and all of a sudden Kazan picking things up with the defense. All of a sudden, a bit momentum.
Gary Neal hits the 3 to tie things up at 51.
Third 3-pointer for Gary Neal. 3 for 4, moves into double figures. 10 points, joins Judson Wallace on 10.
8.5 to go in the 4th. Nothing. You can't get a shred of paper between these teams. Well, the 2-point misses. Oh, what a chase down there, and the crowd baying for a foul against Zukienko.
Well, he wanted it more than anything. He wanted it more than any Benetton player out there.
Zukienko gets the loose ball, and
what a move.
And one.
What a move, Roy. Oh, Lonchar is experienced, and he just put enough spin and enough touch on that ball to lay it up. What's this?
Judson Wallace looking very disappointed with himself and looking very tired as well. It's a 2-point lead now for Unics Kazan, and Wallace, disappointed with himself, goes out on 2 fouls. He needs a break.
Well, Renzi should be in the game, so I'm surprised you didn't see him third quarter, but maybe there he is there.
The 3-point play is completed, and it's a Unics Kazan lead of 3 points. Nicevic from the foul line.
I'm not sure I would have left him 10 minutes on the bench after such a good first half, Roy. That's tough going from Mamouti.
To Sean Woods, to Gary Neal. Look at the defense now of Unics Kazan. They've stepped up significantly. Poor shot from Neal, hit the side of the board.
Well, Roy, how do you go from a made 3-pointer one end to the next offense, you hit the side of the back? But that's not smart play from Gary Neal.
Well, if I were Coach Mamouti of Benetton Treviso, I would make sure that Wallace gets a very short breather, a good breather, but a short one, and he's having to call a timeout now because Nicevic has nailed a 3, and suddenly it's a big lead.
Well, how about
6
that?
points is the lead for Unics Kazan.
Krezmir Lonchar has gone 6 points in a row with this 3-pointer. As versatile as it gets for a big man. And look at the face, look at the determination. There is a lot of players here want this W, and it's good to see. Roy, this format this year is so much better than last year with these teams playing. A lot of good teams playing each other, and 2 of them right here tonight.
I remember teams are allowed 3 timeouts in the second half, and this is the first one called by Oklay Mamouti of Benetton Treviso, and he really didn't want to call it this early in the 4th period. You want to keep your timeouts until just in case you need them late on. Look at that, 11-3 in this 4th period from being tied, or rather a 2-point lead for Benetton. Now they trail by 6. And Andrea Renzi, he knows he's got to get his act together in this 4th period. On for Benetton, that's Radoslav Vrantic. And look at the defense again from Unics. It's got to go in, and it does. The crowd loved that. 54 plays 57.
Well, that's a great substitution from Mamouti. Steps him into the game, and his first touch, he a little bounce and raises up 3-pointer.
Slovakian It's a 3 for Benetton Treviso. Remember, this is without Veremenko and Sokolov. They're on the bench for Unics Kazan. Oh, another nice move there from Kresimir Lonka. He's the man of the fourth period as far as Unics Kazan are concerned.
8 points in a row. They've got to stop the ball going in there, and you know full well they'll go back there again.
Lonka, he grew up with the Split club, that famous Yugoslav club that won 3 EuroLeague titles in a row. And there's a foul against Benetton, or rather Unics Kazan's number 18. That's Evgeny Voronov.
Well, they got Voronov out there, they got Zhukanenko out there. These are good minutes played by this bench for Kazan.
And the thing is, they're giving Veremenko and Sokolov a good rest. No bump foul there. No
he's out of
double
bounds.
dribble either. Yeah,
he's out of bounds. Sean Woods is out of bounds. Little bounce pass back from Sarania, but Woods found himself with 1 foot out. And worrying times here for Benetton. This is not good. If Kazan score here, they need to really up the ante.
It's 5 points the lead for Unics with 6.5 to go in the fourth. Lonchar again. Yeah, the foul is against Woods.
You know, Popovic and Lonchar play very, very well together. 2 Croatian basketball players. Woods picks up his first foul. Now, will he go with Woods all the game, or will he bring Dixon back for 2 or 3 minutes?
Sandro Nisevic back in for Benetton, the number 10. Yeah, there's Woods trying to fight his way through the pick, fighting too aggressively.
Well, I'd be inclined to bring Dixon back for 2 minutes, see what he can offer differently from Woods, because Woods won't go 6.5 minutes on his own. It's too much effort, too much... get tired too quickly.
Well, if Woods came back in as a coach, I would say, but don't penetrate. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Deshaun Wood, the layup, it's back. Oh, that's goaltending, yeah. Easy goal for the official. And I'll tell you what, Benetton Treviso wanted that badly as well, because there were 2 people rebounding just in case Woods missed.
Yeah, nice play for Deshaun Woods. There really is the impetus in the defense. Very, very quick.
Again, if you're new to basketball, you cannot interfere with the ball on its downward flight or off the glass.
Another foul, is it? That's from Woods again. Now, he needs a sub here. You know, you need to get Dixon back in the game. Woods is blowing there hard. He's having a hard time guarding the point guard Popovic, number 6 for Kazan. Mamouti has to recognize that. Give him a 2-minute break.
Yeah, there's a long, long time to go. 5:46 in the fourth, and it's a 3-point game. This still could go either way. Good hands, and Gary Neal rescues it.
Great play. He's dribbled. He's done dribble. That's a good job from Gary Neal.
Woods, or rather Wood, there's no S on his name, except in his Christian name, Deshaun. Here's Gary Neal from 3-point range. Oh! Gary Neal hits his 4th 3-pointer of the game and ties things up at 59.
Oh, Gary Neal, the margin of error on that shot, Roy. I hope we get to see an action replay, how quickly he squares his feet up. Look at this. Bang, there. Raises up.
The fadeaway 3.
Oh, got the crowd up for that one. His 4th 3-pointer of the night.
And that's forced Coach Petrovic of Unics Kazan to call his first timeout of this fourth period. It's 59 playing 59. What a game we've got here in the last 16 of the Eurocup. Greatly appreciated by the sponsors. Well, we're seeing action from this fourth period. Great move there from Unics Kazan's number 10, Kresimir Lonchar. He had a purple patch. I think he hit 8 points in a row to make part of his 16-point tally so far. Well, he's only missed 2 shots from the field inside the arc, 1 from the line. And here we are back with Unics Kazan trying to regain the lead again. It's been tied so many times this game. Now, is that a backcourt? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Boy, Lonchar scored 8 points in a row to go from 51 to 59. They've gone scoreless since then. Samolenko in the game.
Well, Veremenko and Samolenko there just arguing with the officials. And Samolenko, a very angry young man. He reckons he's had his arm taken away then.
Look at that, going to plant Voronov's right in Gary Neal's face. He will not touch the ball very easily. Here he goes, Neal.
Yeah, the referee's got to look at that one because there'll be a lot of holding going on there. Oh, as Deshaun Woods takes advantage of the, well, almost a box-on-one situation, and the lane opened up for Benetton to go into the lead. The fact that Gary Neal was being so tightly marked meant there was no help on defense there. Veremenko outside the arc. Lonchar.
Well, the Deshaun Wood effect is taking over this game, Roy.
Gary Neal on defense inside, and the steal from Deshaun Wood and the foul. And again, look at everybody. He's asking for an unsportsmanlike foul, but it wasn't a clear path.
Standard call right now. Get your hands up and join them together at the wrist.
Well, for about 5 years now here on Eurosport 2, I've been asking for the officials to call unsportsmanlike fouls on breakaways there, but on that occasion, that was the right call. It was not an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, all the starters coming back in now. Chikalkin back in, Veremenko back in, Samolenko back in. It is do or die time. Yeah,
turnovers, 20 turnovers against Unics Kazan against 8. Well, if Unics Kazan go home to Russia having lost this game, they'll look at that stat and say that's where we lost it, turnovers.
Oh, poor play.
Well, yeah, that was just a complete misunderstanding between Nicevic and his teammates.
Yeah, Nicevic went to shoot the ball, and Rancic thought he was going to shoot it, and the pass went flying over his head. You've seen it so many times, Roy, haven't we?
Well, we're in the second half of the 4th period, and there's only 2 points between these teams, these two great Eurocup teams. No way in there. Chikalkin misses the 3, and he's fouled on the shot, so it's a 3-shot foul.
What a poor foul from Mateusz Sarania, Roy. I don't know what he touched of Sergei Chikalkin.
I think he touched his forearm.
But there was probably no need to do it. You know, just getting in his face and up in the air was probably enough.
Sergei Chikalkin, the former Benetton player, some years ago now. He's got 3 foul shots. First is good, and if he hits the next 2, then Unics Kazan will have a 1-point lead.
Well, we think from here on in, both coaches have assigned 5 players that they're going to finish the game with. This is probably the strongest 5 for each team. Who will give in first?
Well, this is where the coaches earn their corn. And this is where good players like Sergei Chikalkin, they earn their money as well. 1 point in the lead for Unics Kazan. There's Deshaun Wood for Benetton. Sarania, Nicevic. Good defense there from Lonchar. Nicevic inside and misses off the glass. The rebound, Veremenko.
Well, it was a great shot from Nicevic, but not really his type of shot, was it? It was an athletic move, not really something you're accustomed to see from Sandro Nicevic.
Well, he had to change hands, didn't he?
Yeah.
Handed and had to change hands. No offensive foul called right in front of the official. And there's a holding foul against Deshaun Wood.
And the crowd are going to let the referees know about it. Yeah, it looked like Lonchar threw Nicevic to the floor with an elbow. And then Woods gets this foul.
1 point in the lead for Unics Kazan. Deshaun Wood picks up his 3rd. Has a quick word with his compatriot Gary Neal. And on the line for Unics Kazan, Igor Zamansky. Unlike his compatriot Chikalkin, not that good from the foul line. In fact, awful from the foul line, missing them both. Here's Deshaun Wood for Benetton Treviso.
Well, again, they will count against you come to death. How many free throws did you make and how many?
Oh, Deshaun Wood falls and there's a foul. Yeah, foul. Deshaun Woods gets bailed out there,
again,
really.
Roy. Yeah, he looked like he fumbled it. Samolenko wasn't quick enough to get it. Woods goes down, and Samolenko dives right on top of it. Oh, look at that. You don't see many fouls like that.
Well, great hustle there from Samolenko, but totally illegal.
Be okay in rugby, I think.
Nicevic outside the arc. Sarania looking to go inside, nothing called. And there was one. Oh my word, how did that? That's a smuggle shot. How on earth did he get that one in?
Roy, Rancic ran into his own player. That's how bad that shot was. Nicevic was in his way. Look at this. And then goes up with his left, gets the roll. Now, who fouled him, ref? That's what I want to know.
Who has been called the foul?
It's got to be Viramenko, because the other player, Chikalkin, was behind. Oh, no, sorry, Lončar was behind Nicevic.
Well, Rancic completes the three-point play, and Benetton Treviso lead by 2 with 3 to go in the fourth. What a game we've got here on Eurosport 2. Chikalkin. Good defense from Treviso. Nicevic on defense against Lončar. Well, there's a holding foul against Nicevic, I think.
That's a poor foul, because you know what? The Kazan offense was going nowhere, stuck in the corner. Too many players getting no reversal of the ball. The foul's Nicevic there, you see.
Now the foul's gone against Mateo Saranya, I think, number 7. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's the one upset. You're right, Roy.
He's upset as well. Oklay Mahmouti of Turkey. Yeah, Saranya's foul. And Chikalkin, no mug on the foul line, I can tell you.
Remember, he made the 3 in a row after being fouled on the 3-point line. So
5 from 5 for Chikalkin from the line, which equates to 64, playing 64, under 3 to go in the fourth. Is to Sean Wood.
You ask for overtime, you might get what you wish for.
Gary Neal.
No space, look at that. Not going to let Neal shoot another 3.
Ranchin inside, the fadeaway shot, and Gary Neal gets the rebound. Did he clip the rim? No, it didn't. Nicevic from 2. Benetton by 2 now. 2:27 to go, timeout.
And it's Rancic gone down, Roy. Radoslav Rancic has turned his ankle. He's gone up to shoot the shot, and I think he's come down on another player's foot.
Yeah, referee's timeout. Oh, that looks very, very uncomfortable for Rancic. Let's have a look, see how it happened. There it is. Yeah, it landed on an opponent's foot.
I think it's his right ankle. Yeah, that's what he's holding straight away.
Well, that may hurt Treviso in the short term, in the rest of this game. If it's a bad injury, may hurt them in the rest of their Eurocup and Italian League season as well.
Well, they don't come back easily from players. You know, it's a 2-3 week injury out.
No, we won't see him again in this game. And he's replaced by Matteo Saranya. So 66 plays 64, 2.5 to go in the fourth. Benetton by 2.
Well, he's got a good subway.
Chikalkin misses, and who got that tap in? I think that was the Benetton Treviso player tapped it in.
Lončar. Krasimir Lončar tipped it in, but it may have come off a hand of a Treviso player.
66 each. 2 minutes remaining. Gary Neal way outside the arc with Nicevic in his face. Oh, sorry, Lončar in his face. This time no good from 3-point range for Neal.
Ill-advised 3-2. You could have get that shot any time on the shot clock. And now, who's going to break down first?
Samolenko passes off Unics, Kazan. Chikalkin wants it.
They've got to go inside to Lončar. Here it is. Oh,
what a steal. What a steal. Here we go, the dunk. Nice easy layup. Good man, Judson Wallace.
He was not going to risk anything spectacular. I'll tell you that. Nice little layup, little sort of grade school layup.
Well, he had a long rest on the bench, and he's come back very, very refreshed indeed. And does the smart thing with an easy layup. Benetton Treviso lead Unics Kazan by 2. Just under a minute and a half to go. Here's Chikalkin outside the arc. Looking to pull up. Good defense from Treviso. 5 on the shot clock. Szymanski goes inside, and he's fouled by Gary Neal.
Oh, it's tough play, you know, the shot clock running down. Gary Neal gets up in the air after the shot fake and fouls. Oh, my word.
Saranya said to him, you had help.
Yeah, up in the air there, and there's your foul. Unbelievable. Gary Neal will be kicking himself at that one.
Unics Kazan is Igor Szymanski.
0 for 2 for the night, Roy.
0 for 3 now.
Yeah.
It's 2 in a row, and now it's 3 in a row. Look at that.
Found the right guy.
Oh, and he's missed that one as well. 0 from 4 for Szymanski, and the crowd are in raptures.
That's poor play. 4 free throws in the fourth quarter he's missed.
50% for Benetton and 69% for Unics Kazan. That's not much better. Oh, Gary Neal slips and throws the ball away.
What a pass.
Chikalkin misses. Oh, what a block.
Judson
to Sean Wood. To Sean Wood, what on earth is he doing? Don't go for the layup, man. What are you doing, Wood?
Body's all over the floor, Roy.
Chikalkin on the turnaround. Crowd absolutely hysterics.
Another of a comedy of errors.
I've never seen such a crazy minute in the game of basketball. The Sean got the ball. What was he doing about 20 seconds ago?
Unbelievable. Timeout. Thank you, referee. Calm everybody down a bit. Unbelievable.
Oh, good grief, the Sean. Look at his block. Chikauki, what a block from Wallace. Clean as they come.
Yeah, look at his move. Oh, we're not going to see Wood go down the other end, but unbelievable.
I can't believe what I've just seen. I've seen the craziest layup from a very good player to Sean Wood. And then Chikauki had his shot blocked. He thought he had a guaranteed 2 points. A stunned crowd here at the Palo Verde Arena in Treviso.
Well, Chikauki's too. Here you go. Here the steal from Wallace.
Oh, this is Wallace. This is easy. No problem here for Justin Wallace. Just looks back. Nobody coming. Thank you very much. Easy layup. No dunk. I'll take the 2 points.
Exactly right, too. Wallace has been the saviour of this game. That injury to Ranchik. Wallace comes in, block shot, layup, steal. Unbelievable. Things like that turn the game.
Well, a very happy looking Andrea Renzi there, number 19 for Benetton Treviso. Had a great first half. And what does coach Petrovic of Unics Kazan do now? There's that shot from Chikauki off the glass, and there's the tap in. Who tapped it in? It was Nice. It was Longchar.
Yeah, should be sideline ball at the half court, so Benetton will have the ball for an offense here. I don't think it's foul time really for Kazan right now at 2 points. They will let this offense develop. Well, hopefully play some defense.
Everybody waiting for instructions from coach Oklay Mahmouti. And Longchar up the floor.
Yeah, there's 33 seconds left.
Benetton by 2. There is a differential of 9 seconds between game and shot clock. Here's Deshaun Wood for Benetton. Running the clock down, looking to get anything. A foul will do. Deshaun Woods goes inside and misses the shot. Another poor layup. And with a three-pointer here, Unics Kazan can win the game. Who are they going to look for?
It's got to go inside the Longchar, surely.
It's a three-pointer and it's out. And Benetton Treviso have won by 2. 68 plays 66. A great home win for Benetton Treviso. What a game we've had here on Eurosport 2.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, Roy. You couldn't ask for better action down the end there. It was drama to the end. And really, could you say the best team won? I don't know. Both teams fought it out as hard as they could. And Benetton get the home win.
Well, I've just witnessed possibly the craziest 2 minutes of basketball I've seen in many a year. But what a great win from Benetton Treviso. Remember, they were 13-4 behind. There's the steal. That steal almost certainly won the game for Benetton Treviso. And it was Judson Wallace, the Princeton man, who laid the ball up softly to make sure he got the 2 and the win for Benetton Treviso. What a game we've had here at the Palo Verde Arena in Treviso. Benetton Treviso have beaten Unics Kazan of Russia 68-66. Another home win in the last 16 of the Eurocup. Great action here from the Palo Verde, and Benetton register the first win at the group stage. Oh, what a game we've seen here at the Palo Verde Arena. Mickey Betts, one of the best games we've had on Eurosport this season.
What a performance. What a great spectacle that was tonight for Eurocup basketball. To the end, you never knew who was going to win it. Kazan had the one shot with Popovic to win the game, the three-pointer. And all of a sudden, it's Benetton that go 1-0. Kazan goes 0-1.
It's so important to get a home win under your belt at the very beginning of the group stage. So Benetton Treviso 68, Unics Kazan 66. Well, just able to gather my breath and gather my thoughts from the Palo Verde Arena in Treviso. Goodbye from Roy Birch and from Mickey Betts.